Like, decided to make this video today, just with the current climate, and I say the current climate, that current climate has been current for too damn long now. And, that's the topic of racism. And people may roll their eyes, lucky you. If you can roll your eyes at me saying racism, if me saying racism annoys you, lucky you, because that means you do not experience it. Because if you did experience it, you would have empathy. But the sad thing about it is, to me, is you should have empathy anyway. Because if somebody talks about getting raped, I don't hear people say you're using the rape card. If somebody has child abuse, I don't see people saying, oh, why are you being so hard on child abusers? If somebody is a paedophile, I don't hear anybody going mad when people use abhorrent language against a paedophile. But as soon as you talk about racism, people have a problem with it. A lot of people, and some of these people claim not to be racist themselves. And I always think, well, if you're not racist, why does it annoy you that I'm talking about it? What is it in your spirit that pisses you off about me talking about personal experiences of living in this country? Are you ashamed because you are like that? Are you ashamed because you're one of these people? These are the things you've got to think about, because it shouldn't make you angry. If child abuse doesn't make you angry, if rape doesn't make you angry, why talking about racism makes you angry? Think about it. That's what I wanted to say. And that goes out to everybody. But the main thing I wanted to say was, like, it shouldn't just be black and brown people that are annoyed about racism. It shouldn't just be us that are talking about it. I am happy to see that some of my white friends are now starting to post up things about racism. They're starting to, put it on their stories. They're starting to put it in their posts. And I think that's brilliant, because the way I look at it is, like, I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face, but there's always going to be white people out there that are going to roll their eyes and go, here they go again, because they lack empathy. And also, that is a privileged thing. A privilege means that it's something you don't have to consider, something you haven't done to gain some sort of advantage, yeah? Even though you're not aware of it, you've got it. And to you to be able to roll your eyes or be annoyed at me talking about it is a privilege in itself, because I've not got that privilege to go, oh, here he goes again, because, this is a daily, regular thing. We're having people dying in America, and just because I'm not from America, it doesn't mean I don't care about it. It's still a human being, and you should care about it as well. It's human beings. This is supposed to be civil rights, equal rights, equality. If we are in a country which we class as first world, to me, first world means that you are intelligent enough to be able to judge a person by the person, not by what he looks like, not by his religion, not by his sexual orientation, not by their gender, not by their, can you imagine people going around saying, I hate all tall people? Short people hating tall people. People would look at you insane. You're like, how can you hate somebody for the way they were born? And that's all racism is, hating somebody for the way they were born, for their appearance. That's insanity. I've said it before, all racists are retards, and I'll repeat that. If you are racist, you are a retard, because it's a backward thinking. And if you look up the meaning of retard, it's somebody who cannot use their function of their brain in the correct manner. To be normal is to accept somebody for who they are and how they are. To be abnormal is to hate somebody without even knowing them, and hating somebody by the way they look. That's insanity. I'm going to say it again. It's insanity. It's retardation. If you cannot get past the fact somebody looks different to you, then you've got a serious problem, and you need to really question yourself. And also, who came up with such a concept? Think about that. I mean, who came up with this concept? Who came up with the concept, right? If you've got different skin colour, you're going to be bad, or you're going to be better than me, or you're going to be worse than me. I mean, I can't believe we're talking about it. When you put 5 babies together, they can be of all different ethnicities, all different races, religions. They just play. No prejudices. They don't give a damn. But as soon as the parents start making them aware that there are differences, physical differences, by the way people look, that's when people start getting prejudiced. That's when people start getting racist. People aren't born racist. They're taught it. So if you're taught it, you can unlearn it as well. And you can unlearn it if you want to unlearn it. And also as well, racism isn't just about calling somebody the N-word or the P-word, or, it's about their appearance. It's about having a preconceived idea in your head already that this person is going to be a certain way because he looks a certain way. Yeah? So it's the way you treat people, it's the way you talk to people, it's the way you act towards people, it's the way you're scared of people for no reason. You know? All these things are under the umbrella of racism, prejudice, discrimination, you know? And this is one of the reasons why I started True Colours, because it's not about the way you look, it's about who you are. Showing your true colours is about being true to you as a person. It's about accepting people for cultural, individual, ethnic differences. It's about being yourself, being happy with yourself and accepting others for being their selves. That's why I started it, to try and open people's minds up, to let people see past people's appearance, let people see past people's misconceptions, let people see past their prejudices, and let's just find out what this person's all about. And you never know, you might learn something, you might enjoy something, you might even better yourself as a human being. But all I'm trying to say to you is, people out there, anyone who listens to this, if you've got friends that are racist and make racist comments around you, if you're laughing with them or you're ignoring it or you're quiet, you are complicit to it and you are part of the problem, because you're not pulling these people up for it. If you turn around to me and say, I'm not racist, yet you've got friends that are making racist comments around you and you don't pull them up for it, then lo and behold, you are racist, believe it or not, because you're actually saying, oh, that's all right. It's like standing by somebody who's stabbing somebody, like that police officer the other day on George Floyd's neck. The other police officer just stood there like the guy was wrapping Christmas presents and they were trying to block the guy from the kids seeing. That's how blatant that was. So these people in there, they might not have touched that guy, they may not have said anything or done anything towards him, but they stood there and let that happen. That's being complicit. That means you're okay with that action. And this is why I'm imploring people to stand up more, to speak out and don't stand for it anymore, because it will affect you as well. Let me just explain this, by the way. As a black person born in this country, growing up in this country, I grew up around all ethnicities, majority white people actually. In fact, more of my friends growing up were white, but I didn't even realise they were white. I didn't realise I was black. I didn't realise these things until white people, started making me aware that I wasn't the same as them. And the only reason why they made me aware of this is because I was in the minority. It's like it's a form of bullying. It's like, well, like I say, no person on the street would walk up to me and call me anything racist, but in groups they do. When people have had a drink, they get brave and say all this nastiness, and then when they see you stone cold sober on road, they head down, looking away, or they want to lick your ass and talk to you. And these people are the worst people, hypocrites and cowards. These people that go to football matches and they're all right with me, but yeah, they go to football matches and they're cursing out racist chants and all this because they're with their friends. And because they're with their friends, they feel buoyed by it. Like they get a boost from their mate. Oh, my mates are doing it, so I'm going to do it. Oh yeah, England till I die. Blah, blah, blah. What kind of mentality is that? How old are you? Grow up. Be an individual. And if you hear people saying stuff on the terraces and you don't like it, report them. Speak them up for it. You see, we've had this virus thing here, and look how things were shut down so quickly. And I think if the government really gave a shit about racism, they would have shut the football grounds down the same way as they've shut it down for this virus, because racism is a bigger virus than this virus that's gone around now. Racism is the biggest virus on this earth, and it's been going on for centuries. And just because you might not be personally affected by it, it doesn't bother you. You're bothered when this virus can affect everybody. But let me tell you, racism does affect you in the long run. And because you know what? You might think, oh, well, I'm not getting any racism. But somebody might see you on road and think, you look like that guy gave me racist abuse. I'm going to knock your head off. And yeah, it's unfair, but this is how it can affect you. Because you think, well, I ain't saying shit, I'm not getting involved. But you know what? One day, a group of lads might walk down the street and see this white lad here, and he looks like one of those lads who's been racist to me. Let's kick the shit out of him. And that's unfair, it's wrong, but then this is learned behaviour. They're copying behaviour that's been happening to them. Do you understand this? So when things have been happening to people, they're going to start doing it to you. A lot of people are ticking time bombs walking around, because people have had enough of it, bored of it. When I played football for years, and in every changing room from wherever I played, it was the same jokes from different white people. Same jokes, all relating about me being black, certain stereotypes, you know, and it's banter, they call it. But you know, when you hear the same thing over and over again from different people, it's just boring. It's not funny and it's annoying. And then they're going, oh, don't be so serious. What are you getting so pissed off for? You got a chip on your shoulder, blah. No, you ain't been in my shoes, mate. You've not have to hear the same shit over and over again half of your life. So the next half of my life, I thought, you know what, I'm not keeping quiet anymore. I'm speaking up against this crap because I can't take it anymore. And also, you know, I'm not a violent person. People who know me, I'm quite a calm person. But, you know, there is a lot of anger inside me. And sometimes I do like feeling and ripping people's heads off because I think, who are you talking to? I don't think you can speak to me like that. And this is what gives us this sort of edge sometimes. And then people go, you've got an attitude. No, it comes from the way I've been treated for years and years and years and years. And because you have to play this game when you're in the minority, you have to sort of pretend you're okay with it. Because if you're not okay with it, then you're a troublemaker, or you've got a chip on your shoulder, or you've got an attitude, or you're too mouthy, you're too cocky, you're uppity, whatever, you know? And this is how the system works. If you're in the majority, step out of that bubble for a second and just think what it might be like to be in the minority and hear the same things over and over and over again from different people. And it, like I say, it's not always the most nastiest things, but it's those little things. It's like little paper cuts. I wrote a poem called Paper Cuts. Those little slits, they hurt, man, and they build up. The more little slits you get, the more painful it is, and you can rub it, literally feel that shit. Racism is nearly physical. That's how powerful that shit is. That's how much it hurts. Well, you see, I'm not going to get into it too much, but I know I've been talking for a long time, but yeah, there's loads I want to get off my chest. Also, you guys that are doing your podcasts as well. I'm watching your podcast and I'm seeing you getting white guests, white guests, white guests, white guests, white, and that's cool. Well, why don't you get some more people of ethnic minority on there and start talking about racism? Let's have these uncomfortable conversations, because I'm watching some of your podcasts and I'm thinking, all right then, that's cool. We're talking about music. Let's get some other people in. Let's hear people's other versions of their life. Let's hear other people's stories and educate some of your viewers that might be racist, that might be prejudiced. Get some more people on ethnic minorities. Start having these conversations, man, and stop playing it safe all the time to be popular and get your podcasts up. Yeah, I'm saying it to all of you people out there because I'm watching it. I'm thinking, I don't see any people of colour on these podcasts. I don't see any people talking about racism and, you know, what's happened to them. Let's hear some of people's experiences and let's share these things. And even if you're having white people on there, bring the topic of racism up and have that conversation amongst yourselves, because it shouldn't always have to be us that explain it as well. Have those conversations. But what I'm saying is, stop trying to play it safe, people, man. Get out there, show your true colours, embrace people, treat people like you want to be treated, and, you know, speak out and speak up. Don't keep quiet. Don't forget, being complicit is being compliant. Have a good day. Show your true colours. Peace.